Uh, 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 uh. What's happening? How's everybody doing, man? How is everyone doing? Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Salute. Salute to everybody out there, man. We got a lot going on, man. We got a lot going on. A lot going on out here, man, in these streets. A lot going on out here in these streets. A lot going on out here in these streets, man. Shout out to Crook County in the building. He said new details. Oh shit! You know that damn girl, man. All right, man. Yeah, man. Holler at me about Dane Evans. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute. Um, yeah. Salute. 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 All right, man. Salute. We got uh we got we got a lot going on, man. We got a lot going on. Hey, you should be able to access the website, man. I don't know what I'm okay. So go to the website, everybody. Everybody, you can watch on the website now. You can watch on the website now. You can actually watch on the website. You can actually watch live. You can and there's no delay. There's no delay. So the website is at the same speed as as YouTube. You can watch on the website now. Okay. We are in the building, man. Man, you put a lot into that. I ain't even gonna talk about it, man, because once you start talking, once I start talking about that, things go wrong. Let me just go ahead and be thankful. Thankful, man. Yeah, you can now watch on the website. You can now watch on the website, guys. The bug has been fixed, guys. You can now tune in on the website, OpNationNews.com. You can now tune in on the website. He said, County talking about data. Yeah, man. Hey, will somebody please make sure that I'm not crazy and go to the website and see if you can watch the stream over there. Somebody tell me I'm not crazy. Somebody tell me I'm not crazy. I need to know that I'm not crazy.
Reverend Al Sharpton has come clean.
I need to know that I'm not crazy, man. Yes. So you went over there, JJ? Thank you, JJ. Yes. And if you guys want to support the channel, you can support it over there or over here. Both will show up on the screen. Great job. Yeah, salute Southern Star over there. I see Southern Star over there. I see Southern Stars over there. If you watching over there, man, leave a comment, man. Leave a comment, man. Leave a comment on the leave a comment on the website. Yeah. All right. So we got that. Thank God, man. Thank God. Yeah, I see you over there. Yeah, everything's over there, man. You should be able to get into the community too, the Discord. You should be able to access the Discord too if you have if you created an account over there. Yeah, salute. So we in the build. Well, then let me get started, man. Let me get started, man. Reverend Al, the good Reverend. There's so much stuff to get into, man. I know we gonna have to come back tonight too. I know we gonna have to come back tonight. I know it's so much stuff to get into. It's so much stuff to get into. He said, now I am a sun woman, so it could be missing something. I didn't catch LOL. Canada in the building. All right, let's see. What's this talking about?
Reverend Al Sharpton has come clean about his secret past as a government informant. CBS 2's Dave Carlin tells us the activist admitted to helping the FBI bring down some of New York's most wanted.
I was not and am not a rat.
The Reverend Al Sharpton identified as confidential informant CI7, now admitting he wore a wire for the FBI. He helped the government go after boxing promoter Don King, music executives, and mobsters, including Vincent the Chin Gigante, who famously wore his...
Wow. He took down Vincent the Chin Gigante. Yo. Al is... Yo, what the fuck? What? Wow. Wow. Yo, Al Sharpton was a rat. I mean, a rat. We talking about a rat, a sewer rat. Al Sharpton was a sewer rat.
Reverend Al Sharpton has come clean about his secret past as a government informant. CBS 2's Dave Carlin tells us the activist admitted to helping the FBI bring down some of New York's most wanted.
I was not and am not a rat.
The Reverend Al Sharpton identified as confidential informant CI7, now admitting he wore a wire for the FBI. He helped the government go after boxing promoter Don King, music executives, and mobsters, including Vincent the Chin Gigante, who famously wore his robe and pajamas in public.
I was cooperating.
Sources say that cooperation likely started after he was nabbed in a drug sting caught on video. Helping the feds may have helped him. But Sharpton says he went to them because members of the mob wanted him dead.
They were threatening to kill me.
Yo, this is unreal.
Sharpton is kicking off his National Action Network convention this week with headliners President Obama and Mayor de Blasio, who defended Sharpton.
I think he has done a lot of good for the city of New York and for this country.
Retired NYPD Detective Sergeant Joseph Jackalone says unmasking any confidential informant troubles him.
You never want this because we need people to help cooperate, so this is an unfortunate incident.
Sharpton said he has no regrets. He'd do it all again. Dave Carl.
Jesus Christ. Yo. Al Sharpton, man, Al Sharpton was a confidential informant. I had a confidential informant on my case. One of my cases that I caught, there was a confidential informant. And usually in the hood, the confidential informant is like a crackhead, you know, old unk that work on cars and shit, fix everybody cars in the hood, or another, you know what I'm saying, homeboy that's out there, you know, in the field, right? But judging from everything I knew about my case, I kind of closed it down to who it could have been. And this guy that I'm almost 90% sure that it was a whole crackhead. I'm talking about an entire crackhead. And I didn't sell crack, but he would come over to my house because I always had money. He would sell me shit. He would sell me perks, and I would buy the perks and I would give them to my niggas, or he would steal some shit. He'd do burglaries and shit and sell me the goods. So I bought a lot of goods off this guy over the years. But I would have never in a million years thought of Al Sharpton as because a CI got to be able to know stuff. A CI's, your knowledge got to be credible. Let me tell you something about a CI. This is what I learned in my case. This is why, you know, I knew I was fucked. I was fucked, right? Because the CI can't lie. If you know, you know. Press 1. We're all my people that know. A CI can't lie. They have to, their testimony has to be 100% factual, or whatever case the feds got hanging over their head. They're gonna go forward with that case. You can't tell them a lie. You have to tell them 100% truth. Okay? So like if Pookie shot Ray Ray, right? And it's going around the hood. Yeah, Pookie shot Ray Ray. But Nobody's getting interviewed. Nobody's getting brought in by detectives. That CI will start snooping around the hood, and he'll hear things. Okay, niggas are saying I overheard niggas talking about Pookie shot Ray Ray. He can't just go to them with that. If he goes to them, if it was really Darnell that shot Ray Ray, and Pookie was just there, but Pookie wasn't the shooter, whatever case they got hanging over the CI's head, where that's making him be a CI, they're gonna go forward with that. So you have to, the CI has to give them 100% concrete, hardcore evidence, right? He can't bullshit them. So I'm like, how is Al in these circles where he knows factual shit? Because the reason they use a lot of crackheads in the hood or other, drug dealers in the hood, because those dudes are in the mix. They're in the mix. They know they at the dice game. You know what I'm saying? They in the breezeway. They in the project hallway. They know where all the conversations and the scuttlebutt is happening and where the action is happening. I thought Al was supposed to be out here being an activist. How does he know all this mob business? How does he know all these? How does he know all this street stuff when he's supposed to be out here activating? How does he know the actual factuals of what's going on with the mob and shit, the mafia and shit? And hip hop executives and shit. How does he know what's really going on in those if he got a full-fledged national action network that he got to tend to? It make you think, what was Al really doing? Because you have to give them factual information. You can't give them hearsay. I'm gonna play it again.
Reverend Al Sharpton has come clean about his secret past as a government informant. CBS 2's Dave Carlin tells us the activist admitted to helping the FBI bring down some of New York's most wanted.
I was not and am not a rat.
The Reverend Al Sharpton identified as confidential informant CI7, now admitting he wore a wire for the FBI. He helped the government go after boxing promoter Don King, music executives, and mobsters, including Vincent the Chin Gigante, who famously wore his robe and pajamas in public.
I was cooperating.
Sources say that cooperation likely started after he was nabbed in a drug sting caught on video. Helping the feds may have helped him. But Sharpton says he went to them because members of the mob wanted him dead.
They were threatening to kill me.
Sharpton is kicking off his National Action Network convention this week with headliners President Obama and Mayor de Blasio, who defended Sharpton.
I think he has done a lot of good for the city of New York and for this country.
Retired NYPD Detective Sergeant Joseph Jackalone says unmasking any confidential informant troubles him.
You never want this because we need people to help cooperate, so this is an unfortunate incident.
Sharpton said he has no regrets. He'd do it all again. Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
Reverend Al Sharpton is...
Jesus Christ. Holy moly. Al Sharpton, man. Listen to this. All the so-called black leaders that survived were informants. All of them niggas. Jesse too. Alum. That's how they were able to operate. Fake ass niggas. The real leaders got silenced, murdered, or imprisoned. The fake rat leaders get platformed. Stay woke. Oh God, niggas, man. Niggas is trading crazy. He said, Al Sharpton, every time you mess up in his presence. I didn't know this. They say this came out in 2014. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, man. Damn. That did, man. Yeah. That was cool. Wow. Yo, that's crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Al Sharpton being a fucking rat is hilarious, man. Let me move on, man. Let me move on, man. I don't want to get bogged down in this, man. NBA, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Everybody open up the browser. Open up a tab and go to ocnationnews.com. You can access the site now. Everybody open up a browser and go to ocnationnews.com, man. You can access the site now. And we can be raw and uncut. Oh, God. Stephen A. Stephen A. Now, he just got spanked. All y'all know he got spanked, right? He just got spanked recently by Jasmine Crockett. I mean, not by Jasmine Crockett, but by her emissaries, her her flunkies, her lackeys. You know who her lackeys are. He just got spanked. Stephen A. Smith just got spanked for criticizing Jasmine Crockett. Okay, he got severely spanked for criticizing Jasmine Crockett. Because I'm telling you, that has a lot to do with what he said about this FBI investigation into these players and the mob and the mafia. That has a lot to do with it. Everyone hit the like button. Hey, everyone, open up a browser, a tab. Open up a tab with ocnationnews.com. The site is up. The site is up. ocnationnews.com is up. The site is up. You can watch on ocnationnews.com. Also, support the channel. But yeah, Stephen A. recently got spanked. He got spanked, okay? Okay? All right. He got spanked for Queen Jasmine, man, for saying something he shouldn't have said about Queen Jasmine, man. Our queen, man. Our black queen. And he had to apologize. And this directly is directly related to what he said about this NBA FBI investigation into illegal gambling.
Asked a question. I get it now with Trump feeding into that nonsense, giving him fodder or ammunition to continue to go out there and talk about our black women that way. I got it. I don't like that at all. I don't want to be associated with nothing like that. And I apologize because I respect the hell out of Jasmine Crockett and what she has accomplished. I absolutely do. And I appreciate the fact that she feels compelled to fight the way that she's fought, the way that she fights because of what she's dealing with. I've been a journalist for over 30 years. I don't want enemies. I truly don't. But I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to call it like I see it. It should be done respectfully. It should be done with the sensitivity that it needs to be done with. I get it. I understand. But I'm going to be me. I'm going to call it like I see it. I can look Jasmine Crockett in the face and say, I'm sorry for any kind of noise I caused in your direction. Because she is accomplished and she is smart and she does have an incredible challenge working in this political climate on Capitol Hill. I got it.
Damn.
And when Trump came at her like that, I said, damn it. I was pissed off because I said, that's what they're talking about. When they're saying, you know what, when you question something about her, it's going to invite that. I understand.
Yo, that nigga bent in that. He didn't even have to bend the knee that bad. Like, he could have just said, my bad. He chose to bend the knee, man. And listen. He said he's a eunuch. He's been castrated. Listen. And let's see what they saying about him. He don't care. He don't care. He more concerned about not getting criticized by the black. The blacks always get this. I don't remember him ever not apologizing. I really don't remember him not apologizing. And this is what he said initially, man.
And let me tell you what gets me annoyed. And I hope Jasmine Crockett is listening to this. By the way, she's welcome on the show. When you go on national television and you calling the president of the United States out of his name, and you're being all disrespectful, as a representative in this country, do you believe the citizens of Texas sent you there to do that? They don't like him either. I'm talking about those who voted for her in all likelihood. But because he is who he is and he is in that position, they expect you to go to Capitol Hill and figure out a way to maneuver yourself through that terrain to work in a fashion that's going to facilitate getting things done on behalf of your constituents. That's your job. That's your job. Excuse my language on Sirius XM, but it ain't your job to say he ain't shit. He ain't worth a damn. That's not your job. Anybody can do that. You're supposed to be figuring out a way to get things done.
He came back and apologized quick, man. I knew he was going to apologize. Black conservative perspective, he was like he thought Stephen A was going to stand 10 toes down, man. That's my young bro, man. I fucks with black conservative perspective, man. But that's just the youth, man. I don't think he's seen enough of Stephen A. Smith, man. Stephen A. Smith always bends the knee. I'm talking about always. I remember he said a few years ago, who remember when Stephen A. Smith said, it was during Ray Rice incident where he knocked his girlfriend out in the elevator. And all Stephen A. said is, and Ray Rice's wife is on camera beating his ass. And of course, Ray Rice hit her with one hook and she was out. And Stephen A. said, you know, what Ray Rice did was wrong, 1,000% wrong. He blasted Ray Rice. And he said it's also incumbent on women to not provoke these situations. Man. Oh my God. And the ESPN feminists got on his ass. They suspended him. He came back and apologized. Yeah, Snoop, another one. Snoop is always going to bend the knee. If Snoop, it's to the point now, man. And I said this a while ago too about Stephen A. Smith, not necessarily Snoop. When Stephen A. Smith says something that's halfway makes sense, that's logical. It don't even have to be a Republican talking point. If he says something that the majority of people, rational-minded people, agree with, he's going to apologize for it. He don't even have to say like MAGA talking points. He don't have to say none of those things. Anytime he says something that is halfway reasonable and rational, especially when speaking about politics or social issues or current events, an apology is coming. It doesn't take a political, he don't have to go off the deep end. He just got to put his toe over the ledge and apologies coming. Everyone hit the like button, man. Smash the like button. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. I am. Listen. I don't think Stephen A. is necessarily bought because he just got his contract. And as I said, he's been doing this for decades. He just signed that $20 million a year contract this year. So it's not bought. That's just who he is. That's who he is. He listens to Roland Martin. He voted for Kamala. Yo, Stephen A. voted for Kamala. Look at this guy. He says, it was nice while it lasted, but it sometimes happens with a typical indoctrinated leftist. Stephen A. Smith had a flash-in-the-pan moment of logical thinking, but then he remembered where most of his attention and money comes from, and now he's back to the liberal fold. Sigh. Yeah, he got checked. Roland Martin already said he checked him. Roland Martin said that he checked him. Roland Martin got on the show the other day and said that. He was like, yeah, I had to put Stephen A. in his place. And they trying to act like Jasmine Crockett was just getting attacked by Trump. Like Trump just decided to attack.
Let me ask you,
Well,
because I do want to play a couple of statements that you made.
I don't want to get. Well, let me just play a little bit. Let me just play a little bit of this. Everyone hit that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat. We going in. I want to show you how this goes. It ties into what Stephen A. said about the NBA, if FBI investigation.
Let me ask you, because I do want to play a couple of statements that you made earlier this year. Okay.
Unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House, and as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States. They want to show that they are loyal to this, I don't even know what to call him. I've called him so many things, but this wannabe Hitler for sure.
And to be clear, the president has attacked, other people have attacked you in his orbit, maybe not him personally. But do you have a responsibility as an elected official not to raise the temperature, but rather lower the temperature, particularly when there are people out there who listen to elected officials all over the place who are not well, who use that as a way to instigate the political violence that you are calling out?
I think that my responsibility is to be transparent and to be honest. And the reality is that we are living in a time in which this administration and this regime is not interested in making sure that people understand history. We need to understand why they are so problematic. And so I am using that language.
What the fuck did she just say?
And to be honest. And the reality is that we are living in a time in which this administration and this regime is not interested in making sure that people understand history. We need to understand why they are so problematic. And so I am using that language because it is accurate language. When we see the consolidation of power, when we see them trying to chill speech of jokesters, when we're seeing all of this, that is a place.
You're on here. You just called them everything under the sun. We just played clips of you calling them everything under the sun. You haven't been silenced.
Playbook out of Hitler, and I won't deny it. Like, these are the facts. But one of the things that I've never done that the president has done consistently is called specifically for violence. He has said, oh, beat that one up. He has said those types of things.
When did Trump say beat that one up? What the fuck is she talking about? What is she talking about, man? Trump said beat that one up. He might have said beat the punani up, but he ain't never say beat that one up. Press one. I know Trump said beat the nani up. I know he said that. But I ain't never heard him say beat that one up. What the hell is she talking about? What is she talking about? Where did she get this stuff? Trump said beat that one up. Trump said beat the nani up. He said beat that. He said beat that. He said beat that good stuff up. He said beat that good stuff up. Trump ain't never say beat. What's she talking about, man? What's this lady talking about, man?
Speech of jokesters, when we're seeing all of this, that is a playbook out of Hitler, and I won't deny it. Like, these are the facts. But one of the things that I've never done that the president has done consistently is called specifically for violence. He has said, oh, beat that one up. He has said those types of things. We know that Charlie Kirk was saying things about who should live and who should die.
Oh God. I don't want to go too far deep into that, but yeah. So let's get back to Stephen A. So he totally had to apologize for criticizing Jasmine Crockett, which we all knew. Like everyone knew, or the older heads, us older guys have been around his whole career. We knew, like without a shadow of a doubt, he was going to apologize.
We know what world that I live in terms of politics. How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming?
You ain't never said that. You was just defending him against Jasmine Crockett a week ago. Then you got spanked. And now, how long have I been saying Trump is coming? So basically, these niggas gambling. This is a 4-year investigation. This investigation started 4 years ago. The FBI started investigating this 4 years ago. And this Negro gets on TV and says Trump is coming. This investigation was into the mafia. These players got wrapped up in some mob shit. Trump is coming.
We know what world that I live in terms of politics. How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupt.
Oh, God. Sponsor the show, guys. Sponsor the show. Take the $5, sponsor the show with the $5 challenge, either here or on the website. Either here or on the website. Either one. You can go to either one. You can sponsor the show here on the website, here on YouTube, or you can sponsor the show on the website. Just click the super chat on OckNationNews.com, and you can sponsor the show on the website.
We know what world that I live in terms of politics. How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in.
Yo, he got spanked and he completely flipped the script. He went from, defending Trump to like blaming a 4-year investigation. This is the culmination of a 4-year investigation. I don't know if you guys remember 4 years ago, but who was president 4 years ago? Does anybody know who was president 4 years ago when this investigation started? This is the culmination of a 4-year investigation. Does anybody know who was president 4 years ago? Yo, he got spanked. Yeah, they pulled out that's one of them jokes when your mother holds your arm. Remember when your mother holds your arm, holds you by your wrist, and you just all this open, all that just open, all this just open. You can't even defend yourself. You just he got one of them spankings, man. They spanked that boy. Golly, man. Wow. Yeah, they spanked him, man. That's sad, man. That's so sad. He come back the very next day, just blaming everything in the world on Trump.
We know what world that I live in terms of politics. How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be, this was his kind of connection to that.
And he tried to buy a USFL team. I forgot what happened. He wanted to buy an NFL team, but he couldn't get in. But he bought a USFL team. That's a league that started in the '80s, the mid '80s. He got a USFL team, and he's never been able to get an NFL team. That's what he wanted for a long time.
Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list.
Yo, this is not his list. This investigation started 4 years ago. This is why when he says he's a journalist, it's just the culmination of a 4-year investigation into the Lucchese, Genovese, Bonanno, Gambino crime families. He leaving all that out. Press 1. He leaving the fact that, like, literally, this is about the mafia. He leaving all that out. He leaving all of that out. You can't just do an investigation into the mafia in 6 months. It takes years to infiltrate them and get information, man. You can't just show up and 6 months later bring an investigation into the mafia. This dude is a nut. Yo, he's a whole nut. He is crazy. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. He, like, what he's implying is that, what was it, January 21st, Trump was like, all right, I'm going after the NBA. And I'm going to take down the mob while I'm at it. And 6 months later, they got a whole case. It just don't work like that, Stephen A. You just can't, like, in order to have that many people that they had on that stage, that means they crossed their T's and they dotted their I's. And they have every single T crossed and every single I dotted. And they have informants. They have people ready to testify from the inside. They have hours and hours of surveillance, video and audio surveillance. They have hours and hours and hours and hours of proffer agreement. They probably given so many mobsters have been debriefed on everything they know about this. For them to come to the stage like that, Stephen A is he think like a child, man. Salute the bad dude Corn Pop, man. He said they told Stephen A he best fix his mouth, and he did immediately. Salute to you though. Thank you, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you, man. Salute to Peter Charles, man. He says, my thanks for the daytime stream. Salute Black Columbo. Yeah, man. Salute to you too, Pete, man. Listen. That spanking boy. Woo.
List. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here.
Well, it's too late for that. You just questioned the legitimacy. You just questioned the legitimacy of it. What are you talking about? You just questioned the legitimacy of it. In fact, you tainted all reporting of, because now everybody who reports on it, because you're Stephen A. Smith, they're gonna report, well, Stephen A. said, Stephen A. said, Stephen A. said. You used your platform to throw a cloud of suspicion over this whole thing. Press 1. He used his platform to throw a cloud of suspicion over this whole thing, that somehow it's a vendetta. Well, if it's a vendetta against, let's just say it's a vendetta against black NBA players, right? Why do you have to take down 4 of the mob families in the Italian mafia? That seemed like a lot of collateral damage to me, man. That's a whole lot of collateral damage just to get Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, man. Because you know what's going to happen. This is what Stephen A. not understanding. Those mobsters, they're going to cooperate. And that's going to lead to further indictments. Those mobsters are all going to get debriefed. All the ones that decide to cooperate, that don't get whacked, because, you know, when you decide to cooperate on the mob, they're going to put you in witness protection. So you're going to be, so the ones that decide to cooperate, right? They're going to give information that's going to lead to other rackets and other criminal enterprises that the mob's involved in. This thing is not just going to end here. Now, for the basketball players, it's going to end here. Like, yeah, unless they catch them with like some girls or some prostitution or something like that, they may get them on something like that, collateral like that. But the mafia, and anybody knows anything about the history of the mafia, they cooperate. The mobsters cooperate, right? They rat. All the way back to Sammy the Bull Gravano. They rat. Okay? So the mobsters are going to rat, and that's going to lead to further convictions and further investigations into this, that, and third. He talking about basketball. The basketball players are the least of this. They're the headline because of we don't know any mobsters' names since John Gotti, right? We don't really, there's no famous mobsters because Rudy Giuliani took down the mob in the 90s, and they've been forced underground. So we don't really know any mobsters. We don't know any. I can't think of one mobster that's famous. Like back in the day, back when I was coming up, you had famous celebrity mobsters. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they were household names. You know what I mean? Now I don't know any mobsters. I don't know any of the names. So that's probably why the basketball players. But if this would have been like the 80s or the 90s, and we knew who these mobsters were, we know the names of the family. When we hear Gambino, we know that name, but We don't know any one person or any boss, any capo, any underboss, consigliere. We don't know any of those people, right? But the basketball players really that's really small fries. That's small potatoes. Now, don't get me wrong. The NBA is in trouble, and the NBA is, but they're not a criminal organization. NBA can just cut ties with the people who did the crime. The mafia is a criminal organization. It is like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy that he's leaving all of that out. He's making it seem like 6 months ago, Trump was like, all right, we're going to go after some black basketball players. And 6 months later, oh, yeah, by the way, we're taking down the Genovese, the Lucchese, the Bonanno, and the Gambino crime family as well. But, whatever.
A is next on his list. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know.
Yeah, Chauncey Billups dealing with the mafia had nothing to do with basketball games. It had to do with his celebrity. They used Chauncey Billups' celebrity like, hey, you want to gamble with Chauncey Billups? Yeah, man. I love to gamble with Big Shot, Mr. Big Shot. And the whole time it was a rigged game. So Chauncey Billups was part of the racket by, he's like, all right, you can use my celebrity to bring in, fools or whatever, fish. They call them fish. Fish to come, play in this rigged card game. And he's in deep trouble for that. I mean, Chauncey Billups is in a lot of trouble for that. But what I'm saying is, like, he didn't bet on any NBA games. He didn't bet on any anything to do with the league. That was just poker games. Even though he's in a lot of trouble for that. Only thing you could say is, okay, he's famous for playing in the NBA. Thus, that fame, he used to lure the people to the card game and to lose all their money. That's an indirect tie to the NBA. That's not really like Trump's coming. Like,
And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know. But anybody.
Yo, Chauncey Billups is going to be all right. NBA players do well in prison, man. Athletes do well in prison. First of all, everybody be starstruck. Everybody's starstruck, right? And then you got money. So you can just buy a crew. You can just buy a crew. And listen, let me tell you how it works, man. When a celebrity show up on the compound, all the toughest dudes gonna want to protect him just because you think they're gonna let you think the dude who run the prison gonna let some peon say 2 words to Chauncey Billups unless he okays it? The dude who run the prison, the dude who run the tier, or the dude who run the mod or the dorm, whatever, however they got it broken down. You think he gonna be like, a millionaire just came in here and I'm just gonna let everybody just do whatever they want?
when people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be. This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence that we're talking about right here. That's not to question the legitimacy of the case. We don't know. We're all sitting up here and we're saying that we don't know. But anybody that has been around him, anybody that has talked to him, anybody that has seen his reactions from the sports leagues and the positions that people have taken, they are not surprised at what's going on today. I'm watching a press conference with the director of the FBI. Tell me when we've seen that. We've seen people, we've seen accusations before. We've seen athletes get in trouble with the law before. You don't see the director of the FBI having a press conference. It's not coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming. And that's what they're saying here. And everybody better, I'm just telling you, it's as serious as it gets. This ain't the platform for me to get into it the way I'm going to get into it. But I've been saying he's coming. He's coming because in his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting everybody. He's not playing. And so this, in a lot of people's eyes, talk to people in the NBA, talk to people in the NFL, talk to people in the world of sports. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg. These are the kind of words that are coming out of people's mouths. It's not a surprise. It's very disheartening. It's very concerning. We don't know where this is going to go, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everybody's better brace themselves because he's coming. We know what world that I live in terms of politics. How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be. This was his kind of connection to that. Why am I glad you're here, Monica? Because don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, asked a question. I get it now with Trump feeding into that nonsense, giving him fodder or ammunition to continue to go out there and talk about our black women that way. I got it. I don't like that at all. I don't want to be associated with nothing like that. And I apologize because I respect the hell out of Jasmine Crockett and what she has accomplished. I absolutely do. And I appreciate the fact that she feels compelled to fight the way that she's fought, the way that she fights because of what she's dealing with. I've been a journalist for over 30 years. I don't want enemies. I truly don't. But I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to call it like I see it. It should be done respectfully. It should be done with the sensitivity that it needs to be done with. I get it. I understand. but I'm going to be me. I'm going to call it like I see it. I can look Jasmine Crockett in the face and say, I'm sorry for any kind of noise I caused in your direction. Because she is accomplished and she is smart and she does have an incredible challenge working in this political climate on Capitol Hill. I got it. And when Trump came at her like that, I said, damn it. I was pissed off because I said, that's what they're talking about. When they're saying, you know what, when you question something about her, it's going to invite that. I understand. Asked a
Stephen A. Smith said that Jasmine Crockett isn't doing her job, that instead of going against Trump, she should understand that he's a man in power and she should figure out a way to work with him. Stephen A. said that he doesn't like Jasmine because she sounds too street, yet he spends most of his time screaming at the top of his lungs, sounding like the world's silliest house slave. He says that her verbiage is inappropriate, yet our president says that he likes to grab women by the How appropriate is that, Steve?
Well, that was a private conversation that was recorded unbeknownst to him. Jasmine Crockett, her statements are on the House floor and on CNN and in interviews with major networks. So to compare that to something that was secretly recorded that Trump said, speaking in jest, is press one. Hit the like button, subscribe, support the channel. Sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. Thank you for your patience. You can watch the show on Ock Nation Live now. I mean, Ock Nation, OckNationNews.com. OckNationNews.com is up. You can watch the show there. You can comment any way you want. You can make any comment. No comments are censored. You can super chat. Your super chat will show up on the screen. All the same features as YouTube on OckNationNews.com. You can go over there now if you want to. At some point, I'm going to be ending this stream, maybe in like an hour or so, maybe in like an hour out in this stream and go over there. And you guys can now watch the stream on OckNationNews.com. Okay?
Even maybe Jasmine would earn the respect of Stephen A. if she sounded more like Candace Owens. Remember, Jasmine is a criminal and civil rights attorney, and Candace spends most of her time on HBCU campuses pushing Turning Point USA agenda. Now, if you remember, Turning Point USA was founded by Charlie Kirk, who said that the civil rights movement was a mistake. This is why nobody gives a fuck about respectability politics, because as a black woman, no matter how educated you are, there will always be somebody there to disrespect you and discredit you, and it's unfortunate that it will always be a man that looks just like you. Stephen also said that D.L. Hughley is more of an activist than he is a comedian. But when you see the agenda that's being pushed on black Americans, when you understand that black Americans, especially black women, are being targeted because of the 300...
Bitch, you ain't being targeted for nothing. You ain't being targeted for nothing. Ain't nothing happening to you. Ain't nothing. You on easy street. You got the best hand in the world compared to the hand you would have if this world didn't exist. Everybody hit the like button, man. Shout out to let me drop the link, man. Man, I forgot to drop the link. Let me drop the link, man. The link went. There we go. Let me drop the link. Targeted. We being targeted. Girl, shut the fuck up. Girl, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, okay? You know damn well everything you say. Here's the thing is, if it was that bad, why are you putting this on social media? Because they're going to come get you and throw you in a dungeon, right? Like, why is you... Why is you... They gonna come get you and throw you in the dungeon, girl.
50-something odd thousand women that have lost their jobs. You do need to be more of an activist than anything else, because somebody has to step up and say something. And Stephen, you could be doing something with your platform other than performing and bootlicking for daddy. But we understand that you need to keep your...
For daddy. There, they call white man daddy. She calls the white man daddy. Press 1. She calls the white man daddy. I will give Stephen A. this. He's never called the white man daddy. But she has. She calls the white man daddy. Wow. Yeah, she got a microphone in her car. That is crazy. That's like a Patti LaBelle microphone. That ain't no little cheap microphone. That shit. That's one of the joints that they use at the goddamn Grand Ole Opry and shit.
And I got 2 of them in my car.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man. This is crazy, man. What are your thoughts, man?
You know, I was hearing when you said that Trump never said beat that one up. I think she was talking about one of his rallies in 2016. Remember that?
One of the what?
One of his rallies. You know how his rallies were lit in 2016?
Oh, yeah.
And he said, beat that one up. I remember him saying something like that. Maybe that's what she's talking about.
Okay.
job. Stephen, you need to do just like your hairline and fall the on back. Black women have lost their jobs. People can't feed their families. Children are getting shot up in schools, and black men are being hung on trees. And the only thing...
Think about it. She listed a bunch of stuff that isn't happening. But literally every day in the ghetto, every city, every county, every little town, there's something that is happening. And she didn't mention that. Think about that. She mentioned a bunch of stuff that isn't happening. School shootings by white shooters, because she talking about white shooters, are like 2 or 3 a year. No black man is being hanged. None, not one.
They're hanging themselves.
Stephen, you need to do just like your hairline and fall the on back. Black women have lost their jobs.
Well, I mean, y'all shut the government down. The Democrats shut the government down. And before that, a lot of those jobs, those federal jobs, he told people, all the people that were working from home, remember that? The big thing when he first came in office?
Yeah, everybody's going back to the office.
Yeah, and when it was complaining about that, it was complaining about going back to the office.
I would too.
Yeah, but it's like, what do you mean you getting fired? Of course you're getting fired for your job. You want to sit home and do your job from home. No, you got to come to the office.
People can't feed their families. Children are getting shot up in schools and black men are being hung on trees. And the only thing Stephen is worried about is how somebody sounds. One of the few people, mind you, one of the few people that are actually fighting for us. So T. Daddy Trump.
See, that's the second time she called a white man daddy. Press 1. That's the second time she called a white man daddy. The second time.
Please drop off black Americans, especially black women, are being targeted because of the 350-something odd thousand women that have lost their job. There will always be a man that looks just like you. Stephen also said that D.L. Hughley is more of an activist than he is a comedian. But when you see the agenda that's being pushed on black Americans, when you understand that black Americans, especially black women, are being targeted because of the 350-something odd thousand women that have lost their jobs, you do need to be more of an activist than anything else because somebody has to step up and say something. And Stephen, you could be doing something with your platform other than performing and bootlicking for daddy. But
Yo, I just don't understand how she keeps calling a white man daddy. Why she keep calling a white man daddy, man? What's up with that, sister? Can the sister come explain that to me, man? What's up, Cook County? Can you explain that to me, man? Why does sister keep calling a white man daddy, man?
I don't know, but she an evil little bitch. I'll tell you that. This an evil little something right here, boy.
You'll smash your what, Crook?
Oh yeah, I'll have a nut all on that. But all on her face. But she's an evil little something though. She's evil. She probably fun though. But don't talk about politics. That motherfucker, she'll hate the hell out of me.
Yeah,
Right,
definitely.
right. Let's talk about Love Island, girl, but not politics.
That's a mean filter too, though. That filter is
She
in
like she
that.
got she like she
That,
got little hips though. The thighs look a little thick too.
yeah,
Definitely.
but if you're turning out like that mouth, real.
how somebody sounds. One of the few people, mind you, one of the few people that are actually fighting for us. So T. Daddy Trump, please drop off some D.X.
Damn,
Why they always talking about like she fighting for? She hasn't passed not one thing of legislation.
nothing.
Like she has not done anything but go
It's
on the
like it's like
floor
it's like
and
they
get
just like
like
that she was
fucking
acting
clicks.
ignorant. It feels like they just identify with her acting how she was acting, you know?
I mean, yeah, but like, bro, she couldn't even get a vote for a leadership role in anything. Like she couldn't get one fucking vote. And they talking, and then she not passing anything. I don't even know like what area she fucking really represent because like I never even heard none of her constituents. Like she doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't have no
Man,
clue.
imagine them who voted for her. Imagine them.
Huh?
Imagine the folks who voted for her.
Yo,
How much they suck.
nah, but listen, you see her what do you call it? Her precinct, whatever the fuck her it the way they drew it,
Her
it's like
district.
her district. They drew it the way it include all these black people. So it's like the way they drew her district is like it wasn't nothing but black people in it.
That's how they so that's how they did the opposite for Obama when he was doing it. They redistricted it to the point where because at first he would have had like Inglewood, Woodline, South Shore. That was the original district, right? And he would have had to run against Bobby Rush. So they redistricted it to the point where it went up north, just straight down Lakeshore Drive all the way up to Evanston, which is like wealthy white and it went to the Gold Coast. It went through all like wealthy neighborhoods just for him to get in because they knew he wasn't gonna be able to get the black vote over Bobby Rush.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
that's a real thing.
crazy.
That's how Obama got his start.
Yeah, they did say he was a dirty politician.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't vote for Obama, but if I did vote, I would have voted for him. Cause he just, why not? Why wouldn't you vote for Obama?
Yeah, I
You know
voted
what I'm
for him.
saying?
I voted for him.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I voted for his ass too, but I ain't know no better. I just was
right.
whatever.
Well, I
But I
mean,
mean, he's pretty good.
hold on. Let's be honest though. Like, what was it, McCain and Romney? It ain't like the other dudes was like great. Like, if he would have ran against Trump, I'd have voted for Trump. But and then I was a different place at that time too. I'm not like I
Yeah.
wasn't totally like where I'm at now, but
And
like, you know.
and this is another thing that I noticed, like when we look back at it, like all he did was not answer questions and just sound like he was fucking smartest person in the room. He didn't say shit either.
He spoke pretty well though. You know,
No, I think that shit overrated, bro. I don't think he said shit. I
he's a
just think
pretty good
that
speaker, bro. I mean, look,
I don't know, bro.
compare to man. Trump sucks at speaking.
Well, he's the
Trump
Yeah,
is like,
best.
I'm
I
the
think.
best ever. Everybody
yeah,
said
for
so.
He's the
sure.
best. Yeah. Barack is the best speaker ever for a president.
I
You know what I
guess,
mean?
bro. He the best
Orator.
bullshitter because
Let
he
me
got
say
some sun
orator.
in him.
Orator. He's the best orator.
Right,
Yeah,
and some
because
man
he a
got that.
bullshitter.
Right, some man got that. You think Trump's a good speaker?
No, I
No,
mean, he
hell
repeats
no.
himself. But I'll tell you this: this is where Trump wins, though. Even though he repeats himself a lot and he rambles and he doesn't have a great vocabulary, he tells you exactly what's on his mind, and that
Yeah, he does.
blows people's like it literally like makes you just like, even if you don't like him, you're enthralled by, because here's the thing: none of the other politicians tell you what's on their mind. None of
They'll
them.
never tell
No,
you
no.
what they really
You know,
feel, bro.
Yeah.
you know what I find most interesting about Trump is the way he exaggerates. Cause he be,
That's New
I feel like
York, though. That's New
yeah,
York, bro.
I feel like he lies a lot. Trump lies, but the way he just exaggerates is interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing though: Trump is the only one, so he has that thing where it's like there's not even another guy. It's not even like it's two; it's only him. Like he's the only politician on either side in the history of the country who's ever told you what they're
Yeah.
going to do on their mind.
You know what? Once he's gone, man, they're fucked without him, bro. They're fucked. Who can replace that guy? He is one of a kind, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that like JD Vance is gotta, I hope he just doesn't turn into a cuck, because, but I mean, let's just let the good times roll right now, man.
Hell yeah, let's let it roll, man. Hey, we got 3 more years of this shit, bro. Let's live it up.
Yeah, let the good times roll, man. What's this, Kada Scott? Let me see this Kada Scott. I heard there was some new text out, some new text messages out.
Oh, I ain't even look it up yet.
Yeah, man.
I can see. I seen Buddy though. Like, you know, all the other pictures and shit, they made him look like he was like some homeless, crazy motherfucker. But then I saw like him just regular. He's a regular some man that dressed nice and shit. Like I can see, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck he had going
he
on.
had it too. He had that guap. He bailed out $20,000 cash on the previous case. On the previous case, he bailed out $20,000 cash. Typical son. I'm gonna tell you like this: when I was out there doing my thing, man, I'd have been sitting. 20,000? Shit, I've been sitting. I ain't had no 20,000 lying around. Now sometimes I had 7, 8, 10. And even when I did have 20,000, I was putting it into stuff. I was putting it into product. I wasn't putting it wasn't just lying there. You know what I'm saying? That nigga bonded out for his previous case, 20,000 cash. That dude has some. That dude, I can see why, you know what I'm saying? Him flashing some cash and buying some things and showing some things and driving nice cars. I can see that.
And less than an hour ago, the Philadelphia Health Department announced that Kada Scott died of a gunshot wound to the head. While we know how she died, there's still so many questions about why she was killed.
NBC 10's Lily Zhang live for us in East Germantown with details and a closer look at what court documents show about her final hours alive. Zizi, Lily.
Hey there, good morning to you guys. The cause of death was revealed after investigators had talked a little bit about the evidence that they've collected so far. So we're talking about phone activity, cell phone activity, surveillance video, all kind of detailing what we know so far about this case. You can see behind us, there is a growing memorial for Kada Scott. Now, we spoke with some members of the community a little earlier. They say the evidence revealed so far has raised concerns, and so many people in the community already had a lot of questions about safety.
You said his bond wasn't 20,000. It was 2,000. Are you sure about that, Rob Meyer? Are you sure about that? Because the DA, Larry Krasner, said that at the press conference. That he put up $20,000 and got out.
He put 20,000 like straight up. So that means it was a $200,000 bond.
Yeah, maybe I misheard him, but that's what I heard Larry Krasner say at one of the press conferences. But I mean, Bob Myers, he might know. I mean, I don't know. He might be right. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, they don't necessarily say that you only pay 10% of that. So it's like, I don't know. He just said he put up 20,000. I don't know if that was the, I don't know. We'll figure it out though. But yeah.
Looking, I don't know if you can pan over there, but you'll see how dark it is. There's no monitoring. You just found a body over here.
Sons blame everything but the killer, dog. Sons blame all these other fucking goddamn reasons but the motherfucker that pulled the trigger, hit the body, burned cars. This motherfucker want to blame the lighting.
And here's the thing. That nigga could have killed her and dropped her anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just happened to be that it was that school.
Exactly,
bro. Dropped her behind a fucking warehouse somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
These niggas, they think the school has something to do with it.
Bro, they blaming the school, bro. And now they gonna tear down this school and it's gonna be just a fucking flatland and it's still gonna be dark as shit. And then it's just gonna be a complaint about that. Man, what we gonna do with this land, man? And then don't let them build nice fucking homes on it. Then white people move in. Then they gonna complain about that too.
I'm telling you, man. And don't let them just be a flat land and then you know what's gonna happen there, right? Illegal dumping. And then the motherfuckers is gonna start dumping shit on.
Oh yeah, fly dumping. Yup, they gonna be pissed off about that. You can't please these niggas, man. Just put a fucking cigarello store right there. Just fucking.
Yo, what about a rec center?
I think they got like.
Man, Philly got the most rec centers in the United States of America.
Man, you can't never have enough rec centers.
It's true. Listen, man. Listen. Let's see what this guy got to say, man.
You just found a body over here, so why don't you have this entire place illuminated and have it monitored?
Some of the only light Thursday morning came from this memorial outside Ada Lewis Middle. It's in memory of Kada Scott. The 23-year-old woman's remains were found near the vacant middle school Saturday, 2 weeks after she disappeared. The ME confirmed Thursday she was shot in the head.
You have all of these areas that should be cleaned up, should have 24-hour surveillance, and they're not. And my question to elected city officials is, what are you doing to ensure the safety of all?
One thing about Philly dudes, too, we talk about the women, but the dudes, they got the scraggliest beards in the world, man. I'm talking about, like, their shit, like their style, because it's not just unkempt. It's the style. Because I'm here in Pennsylvania, like where I'm at, like, you know, way north of Philly, it ain't like that. These niggas' beards just groomed and shit like that. But Philly niggas, you could spot them. It's scraggly and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It just look this like, wow. Something, it's just crazy.
I woke up like this.
Yeah, but it's not like that. It's like they do it like that. They make it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird, man. It's so weird, man. Philly is such a strange place, man. You know what I'm saying? I was there for a day or two a couple years ago. And you know what I'm saying? I was downtown Center City, but you know, it is a strange place, man.
residents, not just when something like this happens.
James Bronner grew up in the area and has been following this case. Scott disappeared from her senior living facility job in Chestnut Hill on October 4th. It's the same day court documents
Hey,
revealed.
Lil Mingo, do you got a beard? You don't sound like you got a beard. Lil Mingo sound like he got a got a low no facial hair. You don't sound like you don't sound like you wear a beard. You got a beard, Lil Mingo? See, I cut my shit off. I cut my shit off yesterday. I was like, damn. I looked in the mirror. I was like, damn. Fuck, man. I can't wait for my shit to grow back. I was mad as hell when I cut it off.
Why'd you cut it for?
Because I just wanted to see what it looked like, man. I just wanted to see, get it low. You know what I'm saying? And maybe not have to it grow back so fast. You know what I'm saying? Because like I gotta go to the barber shop like every 2 weeks and shit. Or every 3, so I want to, have to go act that, that often because I can really get a chance to go with the kids and shit. So I was like, let me cut all this shit off. And I looked in the mirror and I saw a pedophile. I was like, God damn. I look like a goddamn pedophile.
So that means you like a glider woman that teaches.
Teacher, yeah, exactly. Lomingo says he got a scraggly beard. Okay.
He got that on camp.
Calls were made between Scott and Keon King, the man now charged with murder. Text messages include one from Scott reading "Kidnap me again," with King allegedly replying.
What?
I don't get it.
What you mean, yo? She was like, yo, kidnap me again. She liked the last time he took her. Whoa.
So this bitch was on some kinky shit.
Calls were made between Scott and Keon King, the man job in Chestnut Hill on October 4th. It's the same day court documents revealed 12 calls were made.
12 calls
between Scott and Keon King.
Yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. 12 calls to my phone, including my wife. That's a good month. That's a good month. That's a good month, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a lot of calls, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I gotta talk to my wife all the time and shit. But let's just say if we take my wife out of it, right? I don't get 12 calls in a month from anybody. I get more calls from y'all waking me up when I'm asleep than I do from anybody else. They was in a relationship.
It's kind of romantic if you think about it.
Yeah, he was sweeping her off her feet.
What are you doing to ensure the safety of all residents, not just when something like this happens?
James Bronner grew up in the area and has been following this case. Scott disappeared from her senior living facility job in Chestnut Hill on October 4th. It's the same day court documents revealed 12 calls were made between Scott and Keon King, the man now charged with murder. Text messages include one from Scott reading "Kidnap me again," with King allegedly replying "Better be up too."
Yo, she was into this nigga. Listen.
Between Scott and Keon King.
Yo, Kada, this is my new number. So he hit her like, yo, this is my new number. And she was like,
now charged with murder.
She was like, who this? So that's like basically like she ain't know who was calling her, telling her it's the new number.
Text messages include one from.
And then it says Kel.
Scott reading "Kidnap me again" with King.
And she said, "Kidnap me again," yeah. So she was down. She was not a hostage. This was not a hostage situation. And people gonna be upset about that. And I know her supporters, they're gonna be like, they probably wanted to be like, oh, she was some victim. No, she was in love with a drug dealer, drill rapper, Little Miss Penn State, Little Miss Miss Philly, beauty queen, was dating a riggedy rando. She was dating a rando, ugly in that. Listen, we know looks don't matter with women. We know that. But that nigga was ugly as shit. Press one. That nigga was ugly as mother. A ugly ass short rando. That's why I told y'all, little dudes, man, be winning, man. Little dudes be winning, man. When you don't little dudes don't gotta hate on tall dudes. Y'all be winning, man. You can stop hating on tall dudes, man. I get it, you know what I'm saying? When you standing around us, it is kind of like, damn. Like, well, I'm so small and shit. But still, you can still get yours, though. You can still get yours out here. Little dudes can still get theirs, man. But how you think I feel when I'm standing next to somebody that's like 6'8", 6'9"? I'm like, damn. I feel small.
How tall are you?
6'3". I feel small around those dudes. So it's like I don't be mad. I don't be mad at them dudes. I don't hate them dudes. Little dudes gotta stop hating, man. This dude was little. He was ugly. And he's like, fuck the state pen. Fuck hoes at Penn State.
Facility job in Chestnut Hill on October 4th. It's the same day court documents revealed 12 calls were made between Scott and Keon King, the man now charged with murder. Text messages include one from Scott reading "Kidnap me again," with King allegedly replying "Better be up too." It's followed up by Scott telling him to call her when he arrived. According to court documents, Scott's coworker told detectives she was upset that night and said over the phone, "I can't believe you're calling me about this." This was before she allegedly walked towards a car parked outside of their job.
What?
Scott's coworker told detectives Scott telling him to call her when he arrived.
Call me when you hear.
With King allegedly replying "Better be up too." It's followed up by Scott telling him to call her when he arrived. According to court documents, Scott's coworker told detectives she was upset that night and said over the phone, "I can't believe you're calling me about this." This
What do you think, Ricky? What do you think what do you think he was calling her about that? Whether she said something like that about?
Probably some stupid shit.
Another nigga or something like that? Because they in a relationship. They dating, right? I'm not saying they was gonna get married, but they seem like they dating. I wonder what you guys think. Let me do a poll, man. Let me do a poll. Everybody hit that like button. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. I want to do a poll, man. Salute to everybody that's watching on OckNationNews.com, man. That's the place to be. If you can, we're gonna do. I may not just switch over there tonight right now. I may switch over there tonight, man. I may switch over there tonight. I may do that tonight, man. Let me see if I can do a poll. Support the channel too, guys. Support the daytime stream. Y'all say y'all want the daytime stream, man. Support the daytime stream. Support the daytime stream. The daytime crowd, man. Y'all be having me too tired to do my nighttime show and shit, man. That's what happened last night. I was about to go live last night, and I was like, God damn, I'm tired of shit. It's like I ain't gonna go in there and just be falling asleep. Listen, let me just let me do this. Let me see. Let me see this if I can do this poll, yeah. Cause I think they dating, man. It sounds like they dating. Let me see something. Let me see some. What's this nigga in the Keon? Yeah. Let me see. What do you think, Wicked? Okay. Let me see. Let me see. What was the nature of their relationship? Everybody, let me just bear with me for a second while I make this poll. Because this is all right. Everyone take the poll, man. Take the poll. Take the poll. Take the poll. Ray Wall, what do you think was the relationship? What do you think was the nature of this relationship, Ray Wall?
Yo, what's good, Ock?
Ain't nothing, man. What's cracking?
Nothing much. I don't know. I'm just coming in now.
All right,
she died?
Huh?
She got killed by a Sunman?
Yeah. This is the girl from Philly.
Oh, man. Oh, okay.
This is the girl from Philly with the beauty queen. She went to Penn State, graduated, came home, and then she ended up missing. Remember that? And
how long ago was it?
This is like the last 2 weeks. This has been going on. Last 2 weeks.
It was her man?
We trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Because I mean, they tried to. They said the dude was stalking her. He had a stalking charge on his previous girlfriend, but now text messages have come out.
Facility job in Chestnut Hill on October 4th. It's the same day court documents revealed 12 calls were made between Scott and Keon King, the man now charged with murder. Text messages include one from Scott reading "Kidnap me again," with King allegedly replying "Better be up too." It's followed up by Scott telling him to call her when he arrived. According to court documents, Scott's coworker told detectives she was upset that night and said over the phone, "I can't believe you're calling me about this." This was before she allegedly walked towards a car parked outside of their job just before 10:15. Scott's phone went dead 9 minutes later.
Recovering Katie's body was not the outcome we had hoped for, but we are grateful that we were able to bring her home.
Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel addressed the case last night at a safety town hall, vowing to hold anyone involved accountable. On the night of Scott's disappearance, investigators say surveillance video shows King getting out of a stolen black Hyundai at a rec center near Ada Lewis. Not long after Scott's phone died, he leaves it there, coming back the next night with someone else, this time in a gold Camry, which has since been towed by police. The two seem to remove something heavy from the Hyundai towards where Scott's remains were found. Then, on the morning of October 7th, King goes back to the Hyundai, allegedly driving off with it. It was later set on fire. As Scott's family mourns, community members say they are with them, hoping justice is served.
This unfortunate, tragic situation, I believe, could have been avoided.
Now, the Office of King's Attorney says they are not commenting at this time. We also did reach out to the city earlier this morning to see if they plan to hold any more town halls to address some of the concerns like the one you heard from in this report. We will keep you posted as soon as we hear back from them. For now, reporting live in East Germantown, Lily Zhang, NBC 10 News.
Damn. I mean, sisters like those kind of guys, though. So
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know the dynamic, but it's safe to say that, yeah, they knew each other.
Oh, they definitely knew
Yeah.
each other. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. They was. I just wonder if he was trying to smash or he smashed. You know what I'm saying?
Kada Scott was murdered within 20 minutes after she gets into the car of the alleged perpetrator.
She is reported missing October 4th, 20-some minutes into her shift. And then 20 minutes later, police sources believe that is when she dies.
The police officers clawing at the dirt with their bare hands. They can smell human decomp, and suddenly they see maggots.
It's a horrible scene. It's a terrible situation.
She lasted 20 minutes in the car with this predator.
Nancy, I will provide a timeline here that we nailed down yesterday. She is reported missing October 4th, 20-some minutes into her shift. And then 20 minutes later, police sources believe that is when she dies. So that is October 4th. That is days before a news conference announcing that they're asking the public for help. And of course, that is now this huge.
Joe, what did you
frame of
say?
time.
20 minutes later, what? Repeat.
20 minutes after they say she leaves work is when they believe she dies.
Wow. Let's get into some crime, man. Poor girl. Poor girl, man.
Yeah, that's sad. She was attractive, too. Damn. I heard you talking about the NBA players earlier. I was laughing.
Yeah. Fucking
Was it Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. That's right. He had to bend the knee, so now he come back the very next day. Trump. This shit ain't got nothing to do with Trump.
Yo, I can imagine if sons ran society, all these crimes wouldn't be crimes. They'd just be like, oh, well.
Like it would be like bad spirits and shit.
Yeah.
You know,
People are like, yeah, I lost 50 grand. So what? You know?
Yeah. Be like the witch doctor. You call the witch doctor, man. Have them. Niggas will get real superstitious.
Yeah.
Real quick. If white people took their hands off niggas.
Oh yeah.
You're not scientists, right? So we wouldn't never get the science. So it's like everything that science do, we would be superstitious about it. Everything you could attribute to science, we would come up with a kind of like a mystical reason why it happened and this shit.
That's crazy. And the mom knew that, they could get people to play with sons, because sons are entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, and Chauncey Billups, man, I just think as a coach, man,
yeah, man,
it's like, yo, what the fuck is you doing, dog? You the leader of men, dog. You can't be involved in no shit like that.
For the other guy, was it when he played? Rozier?
He's still playing. He plays for the Heat right now.
Oh, he's still on the Heat. Oh.
Yeah, he ain't played last night though. He must have got the word that it was coming down.
God damn. So they're probably going to review the tape, right? See if he looked like he was.
No, they got tape of him. Hold on, let me show you that tape. Yeah,
they got.
I'm glad you said that, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, they got tape of him looking crazy out there on the court. Like he like yo, this nigga. Here you go. Hit the like button. Take the $10 challenge, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Here you go, right here. Here you go, your boy, man.
Niggas always thinking outsmart the white man and shit. They got the tape on you, man.
Yeah, see, niggas wouldn't even be looking for no shit like this. The white
Oh
man.
yeah.
This is the same game. This is one game, though.
Yeah.
One game. Yo, homie didn't even touch the ball. The defender missed.
God, dog. Feel that pass. What? Oh man. God. Yo, you think he had financial trouble or something? Why would he do this?
I don't know, man. Maybe. Hold on,
You
let
know,
me see this last man. Hold on, let me see this. Hold on. Holy shit. I know his teammates was like, yo, I went to the coach after the game. Hey, yo, cuz suck, man. Don't put me out here with that nigga no more.
especially the people that played with him before, they're probably like, yo, what the fuck going on with him?
This is one game.
Yo, they look like someone that never played basketball before.
Exactly. Exactly.
But these guys get paid a lot of money now. I don't know why he would. I guess, yeah, if you get in financial trouble. Or maybe he owed the mob money or something.
Your crew, man. Like, yo, man, we all, y'all niggas ain't gonna keep begging for me here. I'm gonna give y'all where y'all can eat yourself.
Oh, that's true too, yeah.
All my niggas, man, gamble on tonight game. I'm gonna go. They saying the under is 10. They saying I ain't gonna have 10 points tonight. I ain't gonna have 10 points tonight. They said we're gonna lose. This more look like he trying to make the team lose.
Yeah. It wasn't just one play. Like,
yeah.
What was that guy's name? Michael something, Franchise or something. He was saying that back in the day, they would bet like the quarterback would throw a pick, but at least it was just one play, you know. This looked like he's just trying to sabotage the game.
Yeah.
God, dog.
That's crazy.
Suns, man. Suns gonna act like nothing happened either. They're trying to deflect to Trump, right?
Everything's truthful. Wow.
Damn. Thanks for showing me that. I never knew they had tape on.
He said Gilbert Arenas was snitching in that room.
Oh yeah. He was caught up with the Ukrainian mob, right?
Yeah. This ain't got nothing to do with it. This is a whole separate investigation. This has been going on for 4 years. Whenever they tell you we've been investigating you for 4 years, yo, can you imagine them telling you thinking you all right, a fucked up situation, but at least let me see how I'm gonna slick my way out of this shit. They be like, oh, we've been investigating you for 4 years.
Man, yeah, that means they were waiting on you to accumulate enough charges.
Nigga, I can't even remember what I did fucking last year.
Yeah, they probably got informants. They got you on tape.
This nigga, man.
What did Phillips do? He did the thing with Booker.
Yeah. He was what they call a face card. They call him a face card. Like he was
They rigged the game.
draw. He was the draw
Okay.
to the game, but the game was rigged. Like you can't win. So you it ain't no way you gonna win. Like they got fucking glasses and X-ray vision looking at the cards and shit. Seriously, the mob had all this shit.
God,
You're not gonna win. There was no way to win, right? Zero way to win. But it's like the lore is like, hey man, you want to come play card games? Like, oh man, sure, but I'm not. I don't know, but NBA players gonna be there, man. Chauncey Billups will gamble. Oh, he legitimized it, so that's why they call him the face card.
Ox. Some people have no morals and ethics, man. You can understand the mobsters because that's just what they do. This is a millionaire son man, and a lot of us would do it. I would say a good 70-80% of black folks would do that.
Definitely, without a doubt, greed.
Even being millionaires.
Let me just say this to all the people that saying, "Fuck that! Just read the Epstein. Just release the Epstein file." So what are you saying? Like nothing else is supposed to go on. Like we supposed to stop enforcing the law until Epstein. Like I don't understand. Like, and I do understand it because there's liberals saying this shit. But so everything else got to stop. Like you can't do shit else because Epstein files. Like it's so crazy. That's such a crazy ass worldview.
Yeah, some people always do that though. What about what white people do? They always do that shit.
Yeah, it's like, dog.
No accountability.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't knock them though, because like I said, 80% of some people would do that if given the opportunity.
Oh yeah. Especially hang out with some mobsters.
Yeah.
Some people love hanging out with mobsters and shit.
Yep. And they probably like, oh yeah, man, nothing's gonna happen. Is he still a coach or not?
I'm expecting a press conference any day now, man.
Is Chauncey still a coach? Or
yeah, he is, but what can they?
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Like sometimes you can get like a DUI,
yeah,
domestic incident, and they'll be like, all right, well, we're gonna let the shit play out in the courts, right? So you guilty to but this. How they gonna just let this play out? Yeah, huge. This is a 4-year investigation. Like they've been watching. Like it's like this is the mafia, the 5 families in New York. Like you want your coach to be like. I think he a son man, so they definitely not gonna want to fire him. But they might have to though.
You think they're gonna wait for it to play out before they fire?
Hell no.
You think they just gonna?
Like this. He ain't coaching while this shit going on. Let's just say they don't fire him, right? And they just name somebody interim coach. His ass ain't gonna be coach. His ass gonna be on the sideline. You gotta clear this up first, homie.
Yeah, and they might not even let him in the building. Like, I don't know. You gotta clear it up.
Yeah, this is some serious shit, man.
It's a bad look.
Perk, your reaction. So 3 things, right? Number 1, innocent to proven guilty, right? This is all till the dust settle. Number 2, the league does have a problem, right? And we got to make sure that as a league we continue to protect the integrity of the game, right? Sports betting is everywhere. It's everywhere. You can't run from it. You can't hide it. Hell, my phone blows up every single day. Go ahead.
Even on our own network.
It's on
ESPN.
Yeah, but my phone blows up every day. Hey, Perk, from cousins to friends, and and obviously I could speak on it because I talk it. I speak for it on a living. I make appearances on ESPN Bet. But what I'm saying is, Sinead, just think about certain things that are being leaked out. How can you stop information from being leaked out? Wendy talked about, the reports of injuries, right? Think about it. We still don't know who leaked out the Jordan Poole and Draymond Green fight. Now, I know this has nothing to do with it, but you talk about keeping things sacred and protecting the integrity of the league. So we got to find a way to do that. But on the flip side of things, you know, you look at situations like this and it's unfortunate. And I bring up a personal experience of what I teach to my kids because as we can see, it's a ripple effect, right? And I'm teaching my kids to be leaders and not followers, right? Don't go with the group always because what end up happening is if somebody in the group goes down, guess what? Y'all all going down. And that's what we're seeing right now. But again, I don't want to dive too deep into everything that's going on because I'm innocent. I want the innocent to proven guilty is what I stand on.
And I do think Perk, your reaction.
Big Perk.
They're probably gonna say they were just playing, right? Their lawyer, yeah, like he didn't know what was going on. They just invited him.
This is from 2023.
And then you send it in and you get your little toy.
God, kids are so manipulated.
Man, to touch on Benny real quick, like just like his attitude at the game, he was always just like so semi-happy, semi-grumpy, and like, man, I would have never thought we were being cheated by this man this whole time. Like if he didn't just like completely smash the game,
Played the shit reg to a T.
Right?
Yeah, like the absolute perfect shit reg.
Yeah.
Man.
See, they're talking about Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Cheating's bad, okay?
It is.
There are a lot of stories about it. There's one that cropped up. This must have been like 5 years ago, 2019-ish, I think, 4 years ago, where there was this game. It started in LA and then it came to Vegas for a few days, and it was all built around Chauncey Billups. And I had heard about the game, and the person who told me about it was like, "Look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up." And I was like, "Well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up."
Yeah.
And we kind of went back and forth, and I agreed that like I just wasn't going to go play it, but I had some friends who went and played it both in LA and in Vegas, and it obviously like was for sure confirmed to be cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Like people who clearly didn't even understand the rules of no limit hold'em are just like jamming hundreds of big blinds in with like a gutty and then just drilling it.
Yeah.
Only the pros are losing. Like
how is it figured out? Like it just
I can't remember if this was the game where
over the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That was Pierce.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still, I mean, it's not like Chauncey and Pierce don't know each other. I feel like it's probably the same crowd overlapping there.
Gotcha.
But maybe not. Either way, it was basically confirmed amongst all of the pros that the game was cheated, but there's just no recourse.
Gotcha.
And, they got apps.
Okay, it's recourse now. It's definitely recourse now.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no recourse in a lot of these situations.
Well, it's tough too whenever you're dealing with somebody like high profile like that because they carry a lot of weight and hold a lot of power. So all you can do is like kind of unite together and threaten to publicly out him or extort him in some sort of capacity. In which case, good luck.
Yeah.
It's like this guy beat rape charges. You think he cares about you calling him a cheater?
Yeah, I mean, and like from other aspects, like most people that are cheating, they come prepared for a situation when it does happen. So like, you just can't really out them when they're there. You don't want to call it out in public. Like,
what was crazy to me is that that some of the guys that I'm friends with that played the game like kept going back, not fully convinced. Like, just like, these guys are so bad, man. They're so bad. It's like, yeah, they know what's fucking coming, man. Like, you don't have to be good if you can, know the deck start to finish. It's like, of course they look bad. They're putting it in with no equity, knowing that they're going to win the fucking hand.
Yeah.
Pretty tough, you know?
Pretty interesting shit.
Um,
It's like when you're in that situation, like, and like you think you're being cheated there,
yeah.
like you're just on like high alert everywhere. You start looking everywhere. You're like, I don't know.
Man, so Charles, they've been on Chelsea line for a while, man.
Yeah, somebody must have snitched on him. Somebody that lost. You know how to play Hold'em?
No, I don't know how to play.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know how to play mini cards. I can play Tunk and shit like that back in the day, but I was never like a type of guy that was into gambling or in the card playing or shooting dice.
Smart.
Yeah, I was never into that, man. It just it didn't do anything for me. Like even gambling on games and shit. And nobody's watched more games than I have.
Yeah.
But I never wanted to bet on the game, on the spread, on the line, or anything like that. If I would have bet, it would have been on the winner. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that's what I do. I bet on the winner.
Yeah, I think it's more fun betting on the winner than the spread.
Yeah.
The spread is like, and I get it because some teams are better than others, but I still don't bet. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like the spread, they could cheat because the coach would be like, "Oh, the spread is 6. Let's just kick the field goal, or whatever, or we need to score a touchdown." So there's a minute left in the game. Instead of kneeling the ball, I'm gonna go score the touchdown real quick.
Right.
Screw you up. But no one really wants to lose because you can get fired. So. But what they were talking about with poker, there's like percentages for each card that comes out.
Right.
So what the guys were doing was they would bet with like a 6% chance of winning. They would go all in and would hit it.
Yeah.
Which makes you think they can't play. So oh yeah, I'm gonna get them next time. But they kept winning.
Right. It's crazy. And Chelsea Billups was involved in these games, right? He's just did he think it was going to go on forever?
I don't know.
Like
I know.
Just like 20 years from now, he's just going to still be because you don't stop. One thing about criminals,
yeah,
they don't stop.
Sure, I know if it was a Sun game, people might have got killed.
Definitely.
After the second time you caught that card, they'd be like, "Yo, something ain't right." They were playing with people with a lot of money too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When you get into these games, these are games that everybody don't know. They ain't just taking Joe Schmo.
Yeah, people come with $100,000 up probably. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't just showing up there and just being like, "Hey man, I want to play." Like, nah. You gotta know somebody that knows somebody. You gotta be a known,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, gambler and shit. Like, that's one thing. Like, it's a lot at stake. Like, you gotta keep it within the gambling community. You can't just let randos in and shit. Man.
Yeah, I met somebody playing poker that plays at games like that in LA. He was saying people got a lot of money and you have to wire it that day. You can't just be like, "I'll pay you tomorrow." Ain't none of that going on. They need that money the same day. So if you got $100,000, I mean, that's what you got to do.
Yep.
Man,
Terry Rozier.
Yo, what's good, guys?
What's happening, man? What's your thoughts, man?
Yo, Terry from my hood, man. He's from Youngstown, man. Crazy, man.
What do you know about him? What do you know about him?
So look into his background, man. His whole family is fucking crazy, man. He had to move up to Shaker Heights outside of Cleveland when he was a kid because his house was getting shot up and stuff because of his dad. And I think his dad was locked up for robberies. And yeah, I mean, look into Terry Rozier's background. It's just a cat coming for Nat, and this is how you're going to go down and get locked up. You know, you're in the NBA getting 20, 30 mil a year. I mean, he's had some nice contracts and your family history, and you're going to go down for this shit. Crazy, man.
So, was he in the gang, Terry Rozier?
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I know people that know him, but like I don't know him, so I'm not going to act like I do. But I don't think he is or was. But his dad was probably in some little clique back in the 90s or whatever, but nothing, just typical hood shit, But I haven't read too much about this. So it's crazy seeing Billups. He was one of my favorite players growing up.
Yeah, he was definitely like he was solid. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
very solid.
He was a big guard. I mean, if he got a small guard in the post, his post game as a guard was elite. I always just liked his game.
Yep.
Yeah, I always liked him, man. Did he get in the Hall of Fame, or was he trying to get in the Hall of Fame? Something like that, right?
They let everybody in the Basketball Hall of Fame. He's probably in there.
Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups is facing charges in an illegal gambling operation. Sources say he was arrested as part of an illegal poker ring tied to the mafia. He's expected to make his first court appearance in Oregon later today. Meanwhile, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier is facing charges in a separate federal sports betting investigation. He's one of 6 people charged with using inside information to place illegal bets on basketball games. ABC's Andrew Dimbert is following both of those stories for us. Hi, Andrew. What's the latest on these arrests?
Well, Diane, this sent shockwaves through the NBA. On the same day, you have a head coach of a major NBA franchise arrested, along with an all-star guard. And while these incidents are not related, they are both tied to illegal gambling. Let's start with Terry Rozier. His allegations stem from back in 2023 and his time with the Charlotte Hornets, and apparently an unexpected surge in prop bets in a game that Rozier played in. Prop bets are essentially, you bet on a player's performance, not necessarily the outcome of a game. Now, Rozier's attorney has long maintained that the NBA did an investigation and found no wrongdoing. He was then traded to the Miami Heat. He played in a bunch of games last season. He's in the final year of his near $100 million contract, but was arrested shortly after the Miami Heat season opener last night, where he did not play.
FBI Director Kash Patel is expected to officially announce charges any minute now, really. What are you watching for there?
Well, especially in the Rozier incident. Is this an isolated incident? Is this the beginning of the investigation or the end? Especially for NBA fans who have had concerns over the last few years with the proliferation of sports betting, the legalization of sports betting. Is this an isolated incident, or are there others? Are there other coaches or players that are potentially point shaving or manipulating bets? I think it's worth noting that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has said that the league does partner with their sports partners and their sports books so that those sports books can provide information about unusual activity and try and nip some of this in the bud.
All right, Andrew Dimbert, thank you.
We're asking, is this really a guy you would bet on? And Neil Olshey, the GM of the team, just sort of bulldozed through that, brought in his guy. Chauncey Billups was an Olshey guy. Olshey later gets pushed out of the franchise because it's a hostile work environment, allegedly. Now you have Billups under fire. None of this is good. I look at the DNA of this organization, and I have nothing left to say, but if this were a friend of yours or a neighbor or a family member, you would say, hey, you need to change something here, because this 25-year run that you've been on, there have been some nice moments, Brandon Roy, Damian Lillard, LaMarcus Aldridge, but there's just been a lot of chaos and dysfunction. This is the latest. It's got to stop. I would love to see the Blazers come out today and be a little stronger in their statement about, what the franchise is going to look like moving forward. Tiago Splitter will be the interim coach. I think they're looking for any port in the storm right now. They're reeling a little bit. But this is not good. If you're a Blazer fan, media members, we want to be covering a team that's playing deep in the playoffs and the city's proud of. And I'm looking over at this mess and I'm going, gosh, when will it end? It's Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I mean, and bringing that up too. I mean, you think about that for
you know, what Blazers fans have gone to, what this organization has, what's happened here over these last years, all those things you mentioned. You know, this doesn't happen, it seems like, in other franchises, in other NBA cities that I'm aware of. I can't think of anything that's quite like this, of so many instances of this thing happening. Talking about Billups, you know, now that, as you mentioned, probably never coaching the NBA again, done, whatever comes of this. Thiago Splitter, let's talk about him. You know, now, how do the Blazers move forward from here? I mean, is there even, I mean, this is kind of, I mean, with this rug pulled out, as you mentioned, like, how do they even move forward?
They've got to separate themselves from Chauncey Billups, first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's enough that he's on administrative leave. I think they need to come out and say he will not coach in Portland again. And, you know, they'll evaluate that, how they're going to do that later. You know, I know they're probably worried about, you know, let's give him due process. Let's let this play out. This isn't gonna be helpful for the Blazers. You're not going to see that guy on the bench for the Blazers this season. You're not going to see that guy in the news conferences anymore. But all of what went on with Chauncey Billups and the allegations and the tentacles of this, we still don't know. And that's kind of the scary part is Adam Silver's league has cooperated with the FBI. There, you know, for people who are watching this, there are two separate investigations. Like, you know, there's the illegal poker games that apparently were rigged. And Chauncey Billups was used to lure in potential fish, they called them fish, to come play in these games, in these rigged games. And, you know, we're going to find out more about Chauncey's involvement in that and why does he even know these people or how does he know these people. And then there's a separate investigation into two other, you know, former NBA player and a current NBA player who may have been involved in fixing games and fixing the outcomes of games. Are these things ultimately going to become interconnected? How big of a problem is this for the NBA, which, by the way, is in a deep partnership with some of these gambling entities? You know, you've got like the NBA report coming out and then scrolling across the bottom of the screen on ESPN is, you know, hey, go to Bet Now and place a wager on tonight's game. Like, you know, you can't separate these things. It's happening in the NFL, Major League Baseball, college sports, the NBA. They're all looking for revenue, and they're looking to sports gambling to help provide that revenue. And yet they're having all these gambling problems. These things are all interconnected. We can't ignore it. But the Blazers this season, they've got to change the story. Thiago Splitter's got to make it about basketball somehow. And you got to distance yourself from Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, I mean, distance 100%. I mean, Thiago now being named the head coach. I don't know much about his coaching ability. I mean, I know obviously he's an NBA champion before playing with the Spurs. We'll find out, I suppose. Do you think there's any chance that they hire a new head coach? I mean, I know that's really thinking out a lot further than what we know is going to happen for right now, but would they bring in somebody else?
Given that this team's in escrow and that Tom Dundon and his group apparently are buying the Blazers for $4.25 billion, they're not going to want to do anything contractually that you know inhibits the organization. I think they really will look to Tom Dundon to make the hire of the coach he wants to bring in. When you look at, you know, owners who come into franchises, the best predictor of behavior is past behavior. Psychologists and sociologists will tell you that. So you look at what Dundon did in Carolina when he acquired the NHL team there. He cleaned house in the front office. He has a new coaching staff. He even got a brand new broadcaster. It caused a lot of problems and a lot of angst with the fan base when he got rid of their beloved broadcaster. I expect he's going to do the same thing in Portland. I think he will clean house. I think you'll have a fresh front office. I think you'll have a fresh coaching staff. And maybe that's what this organization needs to move forward, because I have long believed that it's not a curse. It's not somebody, nobody has a voodoo doll here. Nobody's been like cursing this organization. It's just some bad DNA and bad decisions. I think Neil Olshey, the general manager, this one's on him, even though he's gone. He pushed for Billups. I was one of the media members that came out and said, you should not hire this guy. This is rife with problems. And you know, Neil Olshey wanted his guy in that position and hired Chauncey Billups. And, you know, the fact that you don't have an owner over the top who's got any kind of vision, you had a trustee in place. Paul Allen, the death of Paul Allen, unfortunately, has put this franchise in a position where it's rudderless. I'm hopeful that new ownership will come in and change the story for the Trailblazers. Because you know why? Ultimately, it's not about really the players or the coaches. When I got to town, you know, 20-something years ago, 25 years ago, I looked at those photos from 1977 and the parade on Broadway. Dr. Jack Ramsey, Bill Walton. I talked to Walton so many times about it. Maurice Lucas about it. Those guys captured a city. It's about the people who showed up to the parade. It wasn't just about the players. It was about the fans. It's about the people who have grown up in the state of Oregon and the city of Portland who have never seen a basketball team that they could be proud of. That's a shame. And I hope that changes with new ownership and a fresh outlook.
Well, hopefully we'll get that, with it, and we'll find out, I guess more here soon. I mean, a lot to find out here today. Chauncey Billups is going to be allegedly in court here later on today, and I'm sure more information is going to be coming out. Well, John, I want to say thank you very much, for having some time to talk to us about this too, to go through this.
When they hired him, there was a lot of controversy, Billups, because of some assault stuff, I think, if I remember right.
The
sexual assault.
Yeah, dude said he beat a rape charge or something.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah. Ray, are you a basketball guy, Ray Wall?
Yeah, I like basketball. Yep.
Where are you from? Who do you like?
Jersey. I don't really have a team now.
What part of Jersey? North Jersey, South Jersey, Central?
North. Yeah, North.
Okay.
Giants, man.
I'm a Cowboys fan, actually.
You got those iced out gliders on your Giants, Scatterboo and Dart.
Yeah, no, I don't like the Giants. Cowboys.
Cowboys got the most fans.
Malik Hooker, he's from my area on the Cowboys.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you play ball.
Yeah. A little bit back in college.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've heard you on here before, man. I enjoy you on here.
Yeah, I haven't been on in a while. Still work from home. Chilling. Yeah. I miss coming on at night, but yeah.
I like the whole panel, man. Everybody's a little different.
Yeah, definitely.
Brings their own flavor.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Let's see. Portland gives update. Okay. Portland gave update.
We start NBA today with a developing story. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups is charged in an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier is among several people charged in a separate but related illegal sports betting case where he's being accused of using NBA insider information. Billups and Rozier are among 34 people charged in connection with these schemes involving illegal sports gambling, authorities announced on Thursday. The NBA issued the following statement. We're in process of reviewing the federal indictment announced today. Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups are being placed on immediate leave from their teams, and we will continue to cooperate with the relevant authorities. We take these allegations with the utmost seriousness, and the integrity of our game remains our top priority. Now joining NBA Today, ABC News Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. What more can you tell us about these separate but related cases?
Yeah, Sinead, these are two distinct criminal indictments, both of them involving gambling, and one of them specifically involving the mafia, 4 of the 5 organized crime families, according to federal prosecutors in Brooklyn who announced these cases today. In one case, Terry Rozier is accused of faking an injury while he was playing for the Charlotte Hornets in 2023. But before he did, he tipped off, according to federal prosecutors, gamblers who used that non-public information to make $200,000 worth of wagers on places like DraftKings or FanDuel or some other sports book. There's another example that federal prosecutors outlined in which Damon Jones, who was associated with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the LA Lakers, he used his relationship with LeBron James to tip off some gamblers, according to the indictment, that James was not going to be playing in an upcoming game that the Lakers went on to lose. And again, sports bettors were able to use that non-public information to make tens of thousands of dollars worth of illegal bets. The other case involves rigged poker games here in Manhattan, in Miami, in Las Vegas, in the Hamptons, where Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones were used as what the mafia called face cards, using their celebrity to lure unsuspecting high rollers to poker tables that were rigged with X-ray machines and special glasses that could see the cards the other players were holding. Prosecutors describing this unusual intersection of professional basketball and the mafia.
As you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing.
Today, as you've heard, our office conducted a massive nationwide takedown from 2 indictments of 34 defendants for their alleged involvement in 2 separate illegal poker and sports betting schemes where, as you heard, the odds were rigged in their favor.
Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts.
Aaron, how did these investigations truly gain steam and bloom into?
Yeah, man. FBI, I think these guys are gonna have to plead. I think they're gonna have to plead. They don't want to take this to trial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
make a deal.
Yeah, do a couple years in the joint and come out, you know what I'm saying, like Mike Vick or Plaxico Burress or somebody like that, you know.
Yeah, that'd be all right. It'll be like a low level, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. They're not gonna send them to Supermax, but they will send them to a jail. I think it'll be a jail. Like it'll be a jail with yard and different cars in it and shit like that. But it's not gonna be like the worst to worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nobody will mess
guys,
with them.
No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you good.
I was gonna say, do you guys sports gamble at all? Are you guys into that?
Not at all.
I used to.
So I hate all this gambling stuff. I don't gamble. I don't play fantasy. I mean, I don't know how people couldn't just see from a mile away that this was going to. Obviously, there was problems on the down low when it was underground, but I don't know how people couldn't see this would destroy all these leagues. I mean, this is really going to be the downfall.
I think here's the thing though. Like, this is still at this point. If I'm the NBA, I'm still encouraged that it's only one current player and one current coach, and the coach is not involved in betting on the NBA. So that's the silver lining. It's not like they just grabbed up, like, you know what I'm saying, 10, 12 players.
I put in the back chat some highlights of Terry against Cleveland last year that are pretty funny.
Yeah, we saw that. We was watching that earlier. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. But I mean, plus at the NBA, you know, 20 years ago they had the ref scandals and Donahue and all that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but this right here, it wasn't a lot of refs, so it was just Donahue really. So it's like this right here is a miracle that it's only him. And now here's the thing though, like it can't only be him, right? Like you got to be dumb to think it's only him.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that goes to show you in America, like they have to be able to prove it. So it's like they can't. We know that it's not just him, but they might not have evidence enough. They may be investigating guys, but they just don't have enough to come forward with you yet. And that's one thing about America is like they could know you did that shit, but they have to prove it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, LeBron's name's in there because of Damon Jones, but obviously, it's not like he was gambling. But LeBron been getting drugged through the mud recently. I mean, Whitlock went into that the other day because he was trying to start that league with the sand demons or whatever you want to call them.
I don't know if LeBron would like get involved in some kind of like it would be so stupid for him.
No. I'm just saying his name is because of Damon. I agree.
No. I get it, but you can like. Here's the thing. Now they do have to kind of investigate LeBron because if Damon had the inside information, the next is did LeBron tell you? Like who told you? You know what I'm saying?
I think he was on the Lakers staff. That's how he knew.
Oh, okay. He was on the staff. Okay.
Yeah, I think he was. He might have been a shooting coach or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Okay. But like Whitlock was breaking down the other day. You know, they're telling LeBron to put his chain on. You know, shut up and put your chain on.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. Yeah, but this is rough, man. We are in like territory where now it's like everybody who's really gambling, who's really doing that shit, and hasn't been caught yet. If you don't stop now, and we hear sometime in the future, you get going this shit. You got a serious problem, man. Like you got to stop. Like this is
part of it's that, and then part of it might be the people they're messing with, or you know what I'm saying. Like it might not be like I'm addicted to gambling, but it's like I can't stop because I'm really working for so and so. You know.
Yeah, no doubt, that's true. But even them, they gonna go to prison too. So it's like. You gotta. It's hot. The league is hot right now. When it comes to gambling, whether you're a player, whether you're an associate, whether you're somebody who's forcing somebody, you got a debt to do something. It don't matter who you are. The FBI is going to arrest all y'all. They're not just going to arrest the players. They're going to arrest all y'all. So the league is hot. If you're doing something wrong, I'm sure the league is going to probably send out a memo to everybody, like you know what I'm saying. But like, yo, stop.
I'm surprised Suns aren't saying, what about hockey? Why are you only looking at basketball?
What about Brett Favre?
Yeah.
Brett Favre stole all that money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
definitely. You know that. Suns, but here's the thing about it. Suns can say that stuff, but this right here, this is the FBI, man, and it's a new sheriff in town. It's like, people don't really have the same sympathy they had towards Suns a few years ago. Like Suns had the world by the balls, man. People was just like, you hear Sun, man, I got police brutalized. Oh man, everybody just start, making judgments before they even seen anything. Now it's like, people man, like Suns don't have the same goodwill, the same shit they had a few years ago.
Yeah, you guys had the gravy train. You fumbled it.
Yeah, we had it. We overplayed the hand. No pun intended. We overplayed our hand, man. And,
man, they were giving us jobs and everything.
Yeah,
high-paying jobs.
That's been going on for so long. People act like DEI just started. That shit's been going on since the '60s. It was
definitely
affirmative action. It's been going on forever. But it's still going on. It's never going to stop.
Yeah, they're gonna do it now. They're gonna do it like off the books, you know what I'm saying? Like so, but here's the thing though, like DEI, diversity, equity. Once it changed to that, diversity, equity, and inclusion, it's like that's more like problematic than affirmative action. Affirmative action is vague.
Yeah.
And then with diversity, equity, and inclusion is like, like it is it just gives it a different like feel to it,
Special Olympics stuff.
Yeah, and the Suns don't care, man. One thing about Suns, we don't give a fuck, man. We'll take it.
Yep.
Most Suns don't even get it. Like my friends that are Suns, like they're smart dudes, and I've like taught them, like, do you not understand? Like, just hire the most qualified person. It's like they can't even grasp that. I'm like, it's not even worth the conversation.
They were born into a world. They were born into a world where that was the status quo. So it's like it's not it's almost like that was the game. That's the default setting of the game. So now when you take affirmative action away, you're not leveling the playing field. You're changing your. Remember that? What's that saying? They said when you've been treated like when you've been given privilege or preferential treatment for so long.
Yeah, equal treatment's like oppression or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly that. So those sons, and I know sons are exactly what you're talking about. Those sons, they feel like, yes, slavery, of course, slavery. Yeah, so you're supposed to give us that. Yeah, like you have to give us that because slavery. Like it's almost like, yeah, like whoa, like I mean, slavery happened, this happened, that happened, and y'all just making it right. And now y'all not making it right no more. So now y'all are racist, even though we would call this is the one thing about sons too.
We're racist no matter what.
Exactly, and that's
the quicker you understand that, the easier life is.
I was waiting for white people to figure that out, and they still haven't.
No,
more of them understand it than a year ago. No matter what you do, and I mean what.
You move out, it's white flight. You move in, it's gentrification. It's like,
yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter. They are going to call you a racist. And the white people that make moves in their life or don't do certain things based on whether they want to, whether a black person gonna call them something. Oh my God, you've been had, man. I mean, come on. I tell you, man. But white people are waking up slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. But even then, here's the thing about white people: even if they wake up, they still going like, look at us kind of like, pet project or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they still not gonna like bring the hammer down on us. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jews or the Arabs or the Chinese or the Hispanics.
That's what's crazy is like you said, no matter what, we get lumped. And then obviously people you meet in your life, like, oh, they know so and so is blah blah blah. But the amount of shit I've done in my life for sons, and if some random son sees me, I'm just some racist glider. It's like, motherfucker, the amount of kids I've gotten scholarships through hoops and blah, blah, blah. None of it matters, and I don't give a fuck. And I know that they're going to think what they're going to think, and it is what it is.
Do you understand that some of those kids will call you racist?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got scholarships. If you were to say, I voted for Trump. Like, let's just say.
Oh, I know that.
Let's just say you got 20 black kids that you got scholarships, right? 20 black kids, and you came out, you voted for Trump. A percentage of those kids, just you voting for Trump, make you racist.
I think for that example, out of those 20, 5 of them would probably cut me off.
Yeah.
A couple of them would be like, and then the other 50% or whatever would be like, I know him, I know who he is, whatever. But still, that's what's crazy. It should be none of them should care.
Yeah, but listen, not even that. If not even voting for Trump, if a random black person on social media just tweeted, "Oh yeah, I know Coach so and so, he racist," just that, not like the story, nothing like that. He racist. The majority of the people would just be, "Oh damn, he racist." Like, because here's the thing about the race card, it's kind of like a voting. A homeless person on the street, their ballot means the same as yours. That's the same thing with racism. Any black person of any rank, walk of life, background, credibility, morals, any black person can brand you a racist. Anyone.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, right.
100, yeah.
That's why you just got to go through your life. Who cares?
Yeah.
That one accusation can get you in trouble if there's a group of sons too. The phone calls you racist, all the other ones gonna turn around and look at you like, "Oh, what'd he do?
Yeah,
You could have put 100 kids through scholarship.
it's
Don't care."
hard to get it off of you. I can't think of one person in my life that I can think of that's gotten that off of them. That's like, you know what I'm saying, completely like gotten it off. You know what I'm saying, like the racist thing. Like, so you would get like maybe a culture vulture, or you know what I'm saying, they call you something like that. Maybe you could beat that over years, but being called a racist, I can't think of anybody who's ever beat that. Whether it's been like exonerated, whether they've been completely exonerated, whether the person who said it turned out to be a hoax, it don't matter. I just don't know anybody. I can't think of anybody.
There's no what do they call that? When they, what are those little panels called when they, a son will be locked up for 25 years that clearly did the stuff and they get him exonerated. There's no little panels for that.
Wrongfully convicted.
There's no wrongfully accused of racism glider.
Nah.
Exonerators.
Nah. Once you've been accused of that, it's pretty much like a stain. It's like getting burned. You know what I'm saying? Like you can graft, like even if you take some skin from somewhere else and put it over the burns, people like still look at you like, what the fuck is that? Why you got ass skin on your fucking chest? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? You just can't fully, you know what I'm saying, wipe it off.
And some people never apologize either. So
never. That's another thing too. The fact that they never apologize, because it's like it's almost like the person who accuses you is still like holding you in those chains, because they don't come out and say, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you know what, so it's like even though you're exonerated fully by all the evidence, you're still, the person is still like just like walking around like nothing happened.
Yo, I have people in my family arguing with me about Rittenhouse. They're like, he killed black people, right? He's racist. Yeah. I was like, no, he didn't. And all they said was, oh, but in their mind, he's still racist. Nothing you could do about it.
It's not even worth the conversation, bro. Just let them think it. I mean, honestly, at this point, it's like, well, yeah, you got it. Yeah,
it's crazy. If they still think, and I know a lot of people, I know so many people that still, educated people, smart people, that think that he still killed black people, but it's like you're not dealing with somebody on your level. I remember David Manning. He used to say, he's a black YouTuber and shit. He used to say, I don't debate people that aren't on my intellectual level. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Southern men debate his. You remember him?
No,
you remember David, man? You remember he was the old black guy. Older black dude. He was a YouTuber. He was like in the manosphere.
What was his name?
David Manning.
He died?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like 60, maybe he was like in his 50s or 60s, but he was like, you know, he was kind of conservative. He wasn't no fucking a liberal and shit, but he was not Pastor Manning. Pastor Manning.
I was gonna say, is he related to Pastor Manning?
Yeah.
So he's in Harlem, right, Pastor Manning?
Yeah.
So my boy I mentioned yesterday that's from Harlem, he grew up right around the corner. I've walked past his church, and his church would always have wild signs. Like, look up his church sometime. He always has crazy signs, like, in front of his church, that dude, like on the, where you put up the words, where you put up the words yourself, like type of signs. He put up some crazy signs.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a wild dude, man. But yeah, like you it's not good to debate people that are not intellectually, because you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna look like a fool too. You're gonna look like an idiot, just like that.
Raywall, do you know any like conservative? I'm not even gonna say Ock Nation type, but like conservative brothers in your life or sisters, or
No.
most of the
Nope.
black people in your life just straight dem, straight liberal, straight, you know?
Well, a couple of my friends they don't care because some people don't even care about politics, but
Yeah.
everybody else is straight liberal. Yeah, family members, yeah, they're all liberal if they care.
But even the ones that don't care, I mean, they're just if they voted, they would just go straight dem because that's what they're, you know.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't think they would. They just either they don't care or I think I have one or two that actually like Trump, but they're not like hardcore or anything.
That's like I voted for Trump, but do I like him? No. But
Yeah.
is he clearly better than the options? Yes. You know.
I like Trump. I think America needed him.
I mean, I think he does a lot of good stuff, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna dick ride him, you know.
No, they needed a white man to get things in order.
I'm dick riding Trump, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, they needed that white man to get things in order because
I don't even really look at Trump like a white man though. Like I think I look at him just as Trump, like the guy that like, because in my life he was always famous. Like,
yeah,
he wasn't like he just was like a politician. He was when I was the first thing, he was just a billionaire that just used to screw a lot of models and beauty pageant chicks and shit. And he was like, like building a lot of stuff, and he was just flamboyant. He was like New York, like the typical New York.
He was a playboy.
Yeah, he's a playboy and all that stuff. But like, I don't really look at him as like white because like they loved him, man. Blacks, he was in every rap song and mentioned. He was like the most name dropped celebrity in rap songs when I was coming up. And it's like just like literally like the day he came out as Republican, like it's like it was the day you never heard anything about racism. Like he wasn't even like considered like there was nothing there was no smoke about racism. You know what I'm saying? You know how like this smoke, this fire? There was no smoke before he became a Republican. It wasn't like for years niggas had been complaining about it. Like even The Apprentice, like who's the biggest
where
apprentice?
I knew him.
The girl, Omarosa, right?
Yeah, she's from Youngstown. She's from here too. She's from Youngstown. That's where I knew Trump from, though, was like when I was a teen was The Apprentice. And Omarosa, her being from Youngstown, and then she was his person and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like, I mean, there was never no smoke there. So it was like, I never looked at him as a white person being 47. Like it's just he's just Trump and he stand alone. He a figure unto himself.
Yeah,
he kind of got Sun energy too. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the shit he does, but he does. A lot of the shit he does is the stuff that Suns usually respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
definitely, without a doubt.
You know?
Yeah,
no doubt. Yeah,
that's why I said they needed him. Because look what happened when Stephen A. Smith tried to, stand up to Suns. They made him apologize.
Do you think Stephen A. is going to really run?
He'll try.
I think so. I think so. He'll run, but I don't think he'll really get out of the primary. Because I mean, here's the thing: he's going to have to run Democrat because there's no way he can convince anybody that he's a Republican. And then if he goes independent, independents never win. So it's like
old school Dem.
If he wants to win, he has to go Democrat, right? So that's the only way to legitimately go to run the race. One of the two parties. So he'll go Democrat, and oh my God, he could win the Democrat because Democrats don't have anybody.
I think they want him to be the Dem Trump. You know what I mean? Like he's an outsider. He's not a politician. Blah blah blah. But he doesn't stand on anything. Like Raywell was saying, he makes these comments, and an hour later he apologizes. Like he never puts his nuts on the table and just stands on something. You know?
Yeah, but all that can be forgotten in a few years. Like It's a long time from now. In the like, let's just say they're slow walking them too. You know that they're not like unloading the whole game plan on us right now. This is just they're just testing the waters. You know what I mean? Because I think everything he does is crafted. I think everything he does is not saying that it's not real that he apologized, but I think him dissing Jasmine Crockett, I think his team was like, "Yo, you know what I mean? Let's get more political and say some things and see what the reaction to certain things are." And the reaction to Jasmine Crockett criticism was like, "Oh shit, we ain't gonna do that again."
So I don't know what to make about his actual background, like the way Whitlock was exposing the last couple of years, because in one of the schools I coached at, Temple had a couple of our kids, and they would recruit some of the current kids we had hard. And one of the assistant coaches at Temple went to college with Stephen A. And he's one of the dudes that like has been on First Take and all that. And he legitimately played there. And this is back in 2019 that I met the dude. And I was asking him, I was like, "Oh, you went to school with Stephen A, blah, blah, blah." And we didn't talk hoops. So I don't know if he played or not, but like he was like, "Yeah, he was loud as hell back then, but now he's loud as hell for the whole world, blah, blah, blah." So I don't believe, like the way he explains his basketball story is total bullshit. Anybody that knows the game, like there's no way it happened like that. So if you were, you got to just like expose him as a fraud, but a lot of people obviously wouldn't care because they're not going to vote Republican anyway. But I don't know.
I think though that does hurt. Whitlock will be brought up on charges if Stephen A gets to the presidency. I can tell you that much.
Oh,
but,
hell yeah.
But I will say this though, like the expose Whitlock did on Stephen A. Smith, like you said, as a basketball player, as somebody who, I didn't play in college. I could have, but I was a knucklehead and shit like that. But
you know how it goes.
I know how it goes. I know how I had other guys on the team played in college and shit like that, right? I know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I went to college. You know what I'm saying? I new guys on the team. Stephen A. didn't play on his high school team.
No.
But he was playing at some junior college, not playing at some, but he was just at some junior college, and he met a guy, and the guy, he saw him play basketball. It was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take you down," and it's like, I just don't know anybody who didn't play on their high school team. I've never heard of anybody who didn't play on their high school team who played college basketball.
But to even play at any level in college, D1, D2, D3 total, only 3.8% of high school kids play any level. So to even get recruited at any level, it's not happening the way he broke it down. Like, I made 19 straight threes and blah, 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 blah. Like, it's all.
No. That's down the line. Like, it doesn't even get past the first smell test to me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But the whole, now I will say this. When I was at VCU, the assistant basketball coach we had a gym called Cary Street Gym where we would hoop at. He would come down there and he would, play in the pickup games, and he was looking for, guys to I guess scout team or whatever.
Walk on, yeah.
Walk on, scout team type things like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like
he ain't out there to give you a scholarship.
No, definitely not. Fuck no.
That's what I'm saying.
You a scholarship. No, you would if you walked. It was one guy. He walked on, but he was a star in Richmond, and he was little. He was tiny, so he didn't get recruited. But he dropped he was dropping 30 a game in college, but he was 5'9", and nobody really wanted him. And VCU was like, "We'll take you, but as a walk-on."
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he was just some guy that just didn't play on high. He averaged 30 in high school. So it's like that's the type of walk-ons that you know what I mean, guys that walk.
Yeah.
The only rare cases of like guys who didn't play in high school is going to be like some dude who's 7 foot. Like if you have the genetics, like there's a dude on the Cavs, Tomlin. He didn't play in high school, but he's 6'10". Or like a Dennis Rodman who was just a freak. You know those types. You know,
Yeah.
but those 0.00001 percenters.
David Robinson, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Steven Smith doesn't seem that athletic.
Yeah, he doesn't look athletic, and the story that he blew his knee out, and he never the story how it was.
Screw.
Yeah, he never played. The fact that he never played a game is insane. Like you never suited up, you never donned the jersey, you never ran out on the floor with the got announced. You never got starting at such and such from like the way he was telling the story was as if he was like traveling, you know what I'm saying, with the team and practicing. He never played a game. Regardless of the story. He never played a game. He never suited up for a game. Sat on the bench.
Yeah.
He never sat on the bench during a game.
Nope.
I know somebody like that. They went to Division I football. They worked out with the team, but then something happened where they couldn't play, so they never suited up, never played in a game. But yeah, I made Division I. I was like, stop lying.
Yeah, I mean, even that's better. Like at least you worked out with the team.
He worked out with the
team. His knee the first practice or something, right? Like.
I think it was like his freshman year or something. He claims and got his 6-inch screw. You know.
Yeah, a 6-inch screw. Like I don't think Stephen A. knows what 6 inches is. How big 6 inches is, man. Because if it's a 6-inch screw in your knee, man, it's gonna be poking out one of the sides. But yeah,
there's a photo of him with the jersey on. I don't know if he finessed
that photo is not with that Winston-Salem. It don't say. It's just a photo of him with a jersey on. You don't see the name of the school.
You can't see.
I thought there was one.
You know who he looked like back in the day? He looked like Ludacris, young Stephen A.
Yeah, man. And the only part of his story that actually remotely makes sense is his height. Other than that, none of it checks out. And that's sad. You know what I mean? None of it checks out.
I remember one of my friends who hates on Whitlock, of course. He was like, man, why does Whitlock even care about this? Blah blah blah. I'm like, you don't see the bigger picture that why? If he's gonna lie about this, what else is he gonna cap about? Blah blah blah. I mean, it's just.
And he wrote a book about it. It's not like Whitlock went digging. He read his book. Like if you write a book about it, motherfucker, like you putting it out there.
That was my point. To my boy, I'm like, he put it out there. It's not like he called 57 different people to find something.
Right. Yeah, you put it out there, man. You wrote a book about it, man. What the fuck are you talking? What the fuck is your friend talking about, man? Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he just hates on Whitlock, so he's gonna hate it,
Yeah. Anyway, man. We will come back tonight, man. Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here, man. Peace out.